But also, then when Coley's parents tracked him, they tracked his tablet to Lucas's house, which in my mind would make me think they were friendly enough to be hanging out. Like, who just brings an iPad over to somebody's house unless you're hanging out or unless you're trying to sell the iPad or something like that. There is something weird, I fear, with
I think there's something weird, and like, why do you have this why can't I think of the word?
Like hatred
and motivation to seek out the registered sex offenders and then bring justice in your own way. So that leads me to think, like, was there perhaps some sort of past trauma, or
were they friends, and was Coley aggressive toward him? And he that because again, they were hanging out and he was at his house and he brought his tablet over and things like that. Like,
but it sounds like he pulled the list beforehand.
I think he had pulled a list to see people, who were out there, but it didn't say that he found Coley on that list, right? Or did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
and he was a registered sex offender, which is like rumored to be the motive. So I was thinking, like,
there's got to be more going on. It just is weird. So I wonder what their relationship was.
And to throw away your whole life for
vigilante.
Yeah. I mean, there must be some deep rooted reason why you're doing that.
Yeah, that's a lot of violence too for a 19-year-old. I mean, I've seen way worse at way younger, but like, to dismember somebody with a cleaver, and then to save the blood in microscope slides. I've never seen Dexter. I personally have never watched it. I think Jay watched it, but our brother, but I've never watched it. Let me know if we should. I'm always looking for new shows to binge, but that's disturbing.
There must be more to it.
Yeah. In other news, I saw some updates. When was it? Shoot. Hi, I'm drawing a blank. I saw some updates on something this morning and I wanted to talk about it, but now I can't remember what it is. Damn it.
Did you happen to look up the photos that I was telling you about?
I think that might have been something older or something because, I didn't really see much of that out there. But I know that there was new information released in Koberger regarding like the gag order and them now saying, certain things that it's stuff we already knew. Like there was no social media connection. They're like things like that, which we already knew, that the prosecution never was able to even determine the correct target and stuff like that. But there was a case I thought that I saw that I wanted to talk about, but maybe not. I don't know. And that's on getting older, my friends. So thank you for tuning in to another episode. Make sure that you're following the podcast if you are not already. Also, we talked about this a couple weeks ago on Headline Highlights. Remember that case? Was it also Florida, the two girls in school? Yeah, right? It was Florida.
Yes, and people are upset because they're being charged as adults, but then you have Anna Kepner's stepson, stepbrother that's being charged as a minor. So people are like not understanding Florida right now.
Well, and Aiden Fucci was charged as an adult. I think it probably depends on the district and all of that. But a couple weeks ago in Headline Highlights, we talked about this case of the two girls in high school who were plotting their classmate's murder. If you remember and listen to that episode, she was planning to murder him so that she could not reincarnate, but bring back to life the Sandy Hook shooter, Adam, and that she was going to slash his throat in the bathroom stall, smoke a cigarette, bring this guy back to life who she's in love with or whatever. And it's her and a friend of hers that like planned this whole thing together. Point being, there was a lot of disturbing images and body cam footage and interrogation stuff. And I had said, hey, do you guys want the deep dive on this? The deep dive came out this week. It came out on Tuesday, so you can go listen to it right now, but it's on my second true crime podcast feed, 10 to Life. But yeah, it's wild. These two girls were like diabolical, and the planning and the notes left behind for the parents and just the scheming and plotting. It's so scary when you like...
It really is.
And when you hear the interviews, which we have in the episode with these girls, it is so scary because there's no remorse.
I was going to say no remorse. I think I said this when we covered it. The audacity.
Yes. So it's wild. But that full case deep dive is out right now on the 10 to Life feed. So as a reminder, if you have not started following that podcast feed yet, now is the time to do it. Go follow. It's free. It's wherever you get your podcasts. And we also put out an episode Monday. Little reminder again, friendly reminder, new episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and every other Friday. And you can, of course, get even more bonus episodes and content over on Patreon.